I've always loved you, and when you love someone, you love the whole person, just as he or she is, and not as you would like them to be. So, I love you because the entire universe conspired to help me find you. You don't love someone because they're perfect, you love them in spite of the fact that they're not. If you remember me, then I don't care if everyone else forgets. I cannot fix on the hour, or the spot, or the look or the words, which laid the foundation. It is too long ago. I was in the middle before I knew that I had begun. Beauty made you love, and love made you beautiful. It had flaws, but what does that matter when it comes to matters of the heart? We love what we love. Reason does not enter into it. In many ways, unwise love is the truest love. Anyone can love a thing because. That's as easy as putting a penny in your pocket. But to love something despite. To know the flaws and love them too. That is rare and pure and perfect. If I loved you less, I might be able to talk about it more. Woman is sacred, the woman one loves is holy. Love is that condition in which the happiness of another person is essential to your own. When you fall in love, it is a temporary madness. It erupts like an earthquake, and then it subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots are to become so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness, it is not excitement, it is not the desire to mate every second of the day. It is not lying awake at night imagining that he is kissing every part of your body. No. Don't blush. I am telling you some truths. For that is just being in love, which any of us can convince ourselves we are. Love itself is what is left over, when being in love has burned away. Doesn't sound very exciting, does it? But it is. Once upon a time there was a boy who loved a girl, and her laughter was a question he wanted to spend his whole life answering. We are all fools in love. The power of a glance has been so much abused in love stories, that it has come to be disbelieved in. Few people dare now to say that two beings have fallen in love because they have looked at each other. Yet it is in this way that love begins, and in this way only. Love, she thought, must come suddenly, with great outbursts and lightnings, a hurricane of the skies, which falls upon life, revolutionizes it, roots up the will like a leaf, and sweeps the whole heart into the abyss. There is never a time or place for true love. It happens accidentally, in a heartbeat, in a single flashing, throbbing moment. My love is selfish. I cannot breathe without you. Oh, you can't describe someone you're in love with. To love at all is to be vulnerable. Love anything and your heart will be wrung and possibly broken. If you want to make sure of keeping it intact, you must give it to no one, not even an animal. Wrap it carefully round with hobbies and little luxuries. Avoid all entanglements. Lock it up safe in the casket or coffin of your selfishness. But in that casket, safe, dark, motionless, airless, it will change. It will not be broken, it will become unbreakable, impenetrable, irredeemable. To love is to be vulnerable. The only thing worse than a boy who hates you, a boy that loves you. When the heart speaks, the mind finds it indecent to object. Believe in a love that is being stored up for you like an inheritance, and have faith that in this love there is a strength and a blessing so large that you can travel as far as you wish without having to step outside it. Love doesn't just sit there, like a stone, it has to be made, like bread, remade all the time, made new. If it's true that here are as many minds as there are heads, then there are as many kinds of love as there are hearts. I want to know you moved and breathed in the same world with me. It isn't possible to love and part. You will wish that it was. You can transmute love, ignore it, muddle it, but you can never pull it out of you. I know by experience that the poets are right, love is eternal. We're all a little weird. And life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall into mutually satisfying weirdness, and call it love, true love. He stepped down, trying not to look long at her, as if she were the sun, yet he saw her, like the sun, even without looking. If you ever have need of my life, come and take it. They held each other and kissed and pushed each other's darkness into the corner, believing in each other's light, each other's dream. Every lover is, in his heart, a madman, and, in his head, a minstrel. I love you without knowing how, or when, or from where. I love you simply, without problems or pride. I love you in this way because I do not know any other way of loving but this, in which there is no I or you, so intimate that your hand upon my chest is my hand, so intimate that when I fall asleep your eyes close. Love is like the sea. It's a moving thing, but still and all, it takes its shape from the shore it meets, and it's different with every shore. The heart has its reasons, of which reason knows nothing. And I'd choose you, in 100 lifetimes, in 100 worlds, in any version of reality, I'd find you and I'd choose you. I would rather spend one lifetime with you, than face all the ages of this world alone. Love is a possible strength in an actual weakness. The one you love and the one who loves you are never, ever the same person. To lose balance sometimes for love is part of living a balanced life. My heart is, and always will be, yours. And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. How frightening, that one person could mean so much, so many things. Happiness is holding someone in your arms and knowing you hold the whole world. Doubt thou that the sun is fire, doubt that the sun does move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt that I love. If I could have him like this in my dreams every night of my life, I'd stake my entire life on dreams and be done with the rest. Love means never having to say you're sorry. Make sure you marry someone who laughs at the same things you do. The only regret I will have in dying is if it is not for love. I love you wildly, insanely, infinitely. I have so much of you in my heart. It was good to be alive, it was better to be young, it was best of all to be in love. A pain stabbed my heart, as it did every time I saw a girl I loved who was going the opposite direction in this too big world. Kiss me, and you will see how important I am. Don't ever think I fell for you, or fell over you. I didn't fall in love, I rose in it. When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Do I love you? My God, if your love were a grain of sand, mine would be a universe of beaches. To love or have loved, that is enough. Ask nothing further. There is no other pearl to be found in the dark folds of life. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Love, whether newly born or aroused from a death-like slumber, must always create sunshine, filling the heart so full of radiance, that it overflows upon the outward world. Just in case you ever foolishly forget, I'm never not thinking of you. I loved her against reason, against promise, against peace, against hope, against happiness, against all discouragement that could be. I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret, between the shadow and the soul. You gave me a forever within the numbered days, and I'm grateful. For where all love is, the speaking is unnecessary. To know and love one other human being is the root of all wisdom. Love is just a word until someone comes along and gives it meaning. Love is a great beautifully. What greater thing is there for two human souls, than to feel that they are joined for life, to strengthen each other in all labor, to rest on each other in all sorrow, to minister to each other in all pain, to be one with each other in silent unspeakable memories at the moment of the last parting. Love is like a tree, it grows by itself, roots itself deeply in our being and continues to flourish over a heart in ruin. The inexplicable fact is that the blinder it is, the more tenacious it is. It is never stronger than when it is completely unreasonable. The most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or touched, they are felt with the heart. We loved with a love that was more than love. He's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. I am nothing special, just a common man with common thoughts, and I've led a common life. There are no monuments dedicated to me and my name will soon be forgotten. But in one respect I have succeeded as gloriously as anyone who's ever lived. I've loved another with all my heart and soul, and to me, this has always been enough.
I've never had a moment's doubt. I love you. I believe in you completely. You are my dearest one. My reason for life.
Having begun to love you, I love you forever, in all changes, in all disgraces, because you are yourself. I have for the first time found what I can truly love, I have found you. You are my sympathy, my better self, my good angel, I am bound to you with a strong attachment. I think you good, gifted, lovely, a fervent, a solemn passion is conceived in my heart, it leans to you, draws you to my center and spring of life, wrap my existence about you, and, kindling in pure, powerful flame, fuses you and me in one. There is the heat of love, the pulsing rush of longing, the lover's whisper, irresistible, magic to make the sanest man go mad. Each time you happen to me all over again. It's enough for me to be sure that you and I exist at this moment. It is love, not reason, that is stronger than death. She was more than human to me. She was a fairy, a sylph, I don't know what she was, anything that no one ever saw, and everything that everybody ever wanted. I was swallowed up in an abyss of love in an instant. There was no pausing on the brink, no looking down, or looking back, I was gone, headlong, before I had sense to say a word to her. It is better to love wisely, no doubt, but to love foolishly is better than not to be able to love at all. 'Tis better to have loved and lost, than never to have loved at all. Wounds heal. Love lasts. We remain. I am glad it cannot happen twice, the fever of first love. For it is a fever, and a burden, too, whatever the poets may say. Soul meets soul on lovers' lips. If I know what love is, it is because of you. Everything that I understand only because I love. Love is the only way to grasp another human being in the innermost core of his personality. No one can become fully aware of the very essence of another human being unless he loves him. By his love he is enabled to see the essential traits and features in the beloved person, and even more, he sees that which is potential in him. Which is not yet actualized but yet ought to be actualized. Furthermore, by his love, the loving person enables the beloved person to actualize these potentialities. By making him aware of what he can be and of what he should become, he makes these potentialities come true. Gamble everything for love, if you are a true human being. I will follow you to the ends of the world.
Like video to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon.